Last time on Skully X. And now, for part 2. Re-and Justice for Saint Anger. Greetings, dudes, babes, and metalheads. I'm Skully, and... well, let's face it, after seeing the Frantic chicken die, I just don't think I can talk about Frantic anymore. I mean, I know it's a very deep song, considering that it talks about James' alcoholism, but... I'm still... Sorry. I just wanted to say that I'm still in mourning, and I just want to move on to a song that I think will make me feel better. So without further ado, let's finish this bitch and finally end the review of Saint Anger. One thing I should clear up before we continue is that you remember how I said that Jason Newsted was the bassist of Metallica up until 2001? Well, I bet you're all asking yourselves, who the f*** is this guy? Well, that's Robert Trujillo, and by the way, fun fact. Robert Trujillo didn't actually do any bass work for the album. The bass guitar in Saint Anger was actually done by Metallica record producer Bob Rock. Anyway, if you don't believe me, it's even in the little manual thing that I have with it. Yeah. And it is explained right in the back, right here. Just a sec. Read that. Yeah. If you couldn't read that, then just pause the video and have a read yourself, because I am too fucking lazy to get a text I've served on screen. The next single we're taking a look at is the Unnamed Feeling, a song which deals with all sorts of emotions like anxiety, anger, sadness, depression, you know, all that good stuff. But to me, this really does seem like an odd song for Metallica to make. I mean, granted, they've tackled harsh subject matters before in a lot of songs, hell, especially if you look at the Load album, but this song just feels the least like Metallica. I mean, it sounds more like a song that Silverchair or, hell, even Alice in Chains would tackle. However, despite all this, I'd have to say that the Unnamed Feeling is probably my favourite song off the album. That and this music video was really dark and creepy, and oh man do I fucking love it.
Been here before, I couldn't say I liked it. Where do I start writing all this down? Just let me plug you into my world. Can't you help me be uncrazy? Name this for me, heat the cold air, take the chill off of my life. And if I could, I'd turn my eyes to look inside to see what's coming.
Now, although the lyrics seem to dictate more anxiety as the Unnamed Feeling rather than any of the others that have been mentioned in the video, yet at the same time, I think it perfectly describes the emotions that you would feel if you were ever under these sort of emotions. James' vocals during that part. I mean, it shows that he can be so calm and melodic, but that bass tone voice is almost sexy. No homo.
Found safety in this loneliness, but I cannot stand it anymore.
Ultimately, the Unnamed Feeling is one of those songs that I'd really recommend you listen to whenever the hell you're feeling blue. Because honestly, I think we all feel the unnamed feeling from time to time in our lives.
Then the unnamed feeling takes me away. Yeah, it takes me away. Takes me
The final single we're going to look at, I'm not going to really spend a lot of time on it, considering the fact that it's not really a good song, in my opinion. But again, considering the fact that it is the title of the album, well, it at least deserves a look at, that's all I can really say. First things first though, does Saint Anger really sound like a Metallica title to you? I mean seriously, it sounds like a bad AC/DC cover album, or hell, even a Ronnie Dio song. Oh Jesus, that'd be horrible.
Oh, Saint Anger, you are so angry.
Anyway, so the video kicks off with the boys in San Quentin State Penitentiary.
One thing I do have to tell you before you enter, the state has a no hostage policy.
Okay, look, I don't know how prisons work over in the US, but I'm pretty sure most wouldn't allow a heavy metal band to play a show in front of a bunch of prisoners. I mean, seriously, who thought that up? But then again, this might just be me thinking too deeply into a music video. Now, if you'll remember when we viewed the Frantic single, how I said that the snare drums really did improve the atmosphere of the overall song, the same can't be said for Saint Anger. Every Metallica fan and their mum have made fun of Lars Ulrich and his snare drums, but here are some jokes that they usually seem to make. Hey, that sounds like me when I bang on pots and pans. Needs more cowbell. When did Lars replace his drum kit with a garbage can? Enter Sandman, more like enter Trash Man. Whoa, dude, relax. I was just proving a point about how annoying the snare drums can be. Wait a minute, is Lars using the double bass? Oh my god, he is! Yeah, he's actually using the double bass! Oh, I'm sorry guys, but I have no choice but to chaos control! Oh, what a rush. Long story short, Saint Anger the song, it sucks. Well, I think we've talked enough about the singles, so let's see how their tracks in the actual album are. Well, to be honest, Saint Anger's musical tracks are pretty hit and miss. I mean, if you just viewed the singles without looking at the rest of the album, you're really not missing too much. One of Saint Anger's biggest problems, aside from the petty ones that have been picked out by fans, is the fact that the tracks seem to drone on for way longer than they should. I mean, most of the tracks go for around about like 5 to 8 minutes, and really, I've honestly believed that a good song length is either 3 to 4 minutes. I mean, because not a lot of people would really just sit down and listen to an 8-minute song. However, if there were any Saint Anger songs that I would recommend to you, I'd say it'd be Shoot Me Again and Invisible Kid. Shoot Me Again for its lyrics, and Invisible Kid for its rock and guitar riff. Well, now it boils down to the ultimate question. Is Saint Anger an album worth owning? Personally, I think it is. I mean, it's a lot different to what you'd expect from Metallica, but it's got a lot of good tracks on it, despite what I've said earlier about some riffs droning on too long, but again, that's really just my personal opinion, as I believe most reviews are. Again, I would really recommend this album to people who are really just looking for something just dark lyrically and, you know, just some heavy metal in general just to jam to, you know, because again, as I've stated before, with some kind of monster, you've got one fantastic riff. Same would go for the Invisible Kid. Frantic is definitely a good song to beat the shit out of something with. And of course, I don't think anybody could forget the Unnamed Feeling. That song is definitely something you should listen to if you're feeling depressed. Oh well, what are your thoughts on Saint Anger, Lars? Nah, don't worry about him, guys. He's still a little pissed off that you made fun of his snare drum, though. Oh, and just a last bit of trivia before we go. Lars Ulrich apparently stated that Saint Anger was supposed to be an album in which he turned negative emotions into positivity. Specifically anger in this case. Or at least that was one of his explanations for Saint Anger, which is actually a very interesting concept, because I don't think I've seen a lot of metal bands who usually tackle such negative subjects with a positive outlook. I mean, this could be something new that the genre could explore. I mean, what sort of power could this sort of genre, or hell, album hold? Maybe one day we'll find out. But not today, my friends. Not today. I am Skully, dudes, babes, and metalheads. Rock on.
My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? Got the gun against me. It won't leave me be looking for something that I